Hey friends and fam, and welcome back to another Onmyoji video. Now, if you've been PvPing, you've probably seen this team floating around as well. And if you're anything like me, you probably got your ass kicked by it a couple of times as well. Alright, let's do it. Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, so you guys, I have with me here good old buddy Exile Celeste. I'm not gonna mute it, you can just come with me. We might as well chat about it together.
Yeah, sure, let's go.
Hopefully we can get into this duel together. So we were just talking, he actually went ahead and tried to target my Kama, not knowing that my Otengu was really high HP based, so he wasn't able to kill it. Basically with this team, once you see something like this, you're going to have to target Otengu, whether it's DPS or not. If he survives, he's going to wipe out your enemy. So your best bet is to go for him. The rest of my team is tanky, but regardless to what he does here, he pretty much loses, which is why I am showing you guys this awesome new counter. Now there is another way you can go about it, which is to use, yeah, go ahead and do that. Which is to use the heat, what's his name? The dude with the bubble, Hito? The one that reflects damage.
Yeah, Hitotsume.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that too, which works equally as well. I don't have him. Yeah. Now that's what I was talking about earlier. Look how large those shields are. So like if I didn't have that shield proc, there's a good chance you would have killed the second enemy. And that you just hit a G5 unit after that as well.
Yep.
So the reason I used the heal first instead of I didn't mean to do that. No, I could have linked up, which would have been fine, but the reason I used the heal first was just to... I thought I would have enough, to be honest. Was so that the passive from her heals come in on the next turns. Hopefully I can get my link up before he kills the rest of my team, but we'll see how that goes. Let's see if we can tank.
So now you've got the Hero Master there.
Yeah.
So now you got the Shadow there, so that means I can't do anything on that Ushi, so... It blocks my Ushi from being able to use its skill.
Oh, that's really cool. How does that work?
Oh, you didn't know that?
I had no idea.
Oh, really? I thought that was part of your strategy.
Oh, no way. I just thought it was because the bow dude. I was like, yeah, the bow guy kills everything, and then we're good to go.
Nah, so it's actually a legitimate counter strategy. A lot of people who use the Ushi combo, you just choose Hero Master as your Onmyoji, and essentially that'll just stop that Ushi from ever being able to use its doll.
What? That's insane.
So now I can't ever use my doll, so I pretty much lose. So
oh, that's pretty cool. Well, let's go ahead. So I actually knew that Hero was a counter, but I always thought he was a counter because he gave your team DPS. So basically what that means is I can run a full defensive team while still having DPS from my Onmyoji. I didn't know that it wouldn't let you put the doll down. Now, is that just a glitch in the game, or do you think that's just something that's...
I think that's part of it because they share the same spot. I don't know what you call it. It's like
it's like a little spot.
It's like a zone in the middle of the the zone in the middle of the battlefield or whatever. So
yeah, there is.
I think it's part of the game.
Yeah, I feel which is pretty cool. I'll take it. I'm glad about that. Now there is another counter that used to work as well, which was Higgin, but people kind of wised up to that and started using Sea Spirit. Is that what it's called? The huge shield that you had in the front on your first turn.
Sea Sprite. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Sea Sprite. Sea Spirit.
Yep.
Which
so that's why a lot of CC Higgins are pretty much gone now. You don't see many CC Higgins top. It's mainly just DPS Higgins.
I hear that. But yeah, as you can see, once I link up and have the little shadow dude down, there isn't much of anything he can do to win. So if you're running into this team and you're having issues with it in PvP, just remember that you can use Hero to counter. And then having a Juzo set does work as well. It saved me from losing my second Shiki. So yeah. Alright, cool.
Yep.
Let me just kill your person and we'll hop out of here.
Yep, I'm thinking.
Hey.
And then after my Tamomo dies, it's pretty much game over. I have no more DPS units.
Yep.
She's pretty much the only one.
There we go. Well, thank you very much, Exile, for your wisdom and awesome mad skills, Arenos. I'm gonna hop out of here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Well, you guys, as important as Onmyoji in PvP is to us, so are these beautiful young puppies. Now, you will notice I do have a new dog. I actually cloned Remy. I have a cloning machine. No, her name is Sandra. And Remy is still here too. Remy, hop up and say hi to everybody. They all missed you very much while I was in Boston. All I heard was, "Where's your dog?" Well, she's here. She'll be in every video from now on, right? Okay. She does get a little jealous of the other puppers. Now, we just got Sandra. She was neglected for a short period of time, so she's gonna need a little bit of care. She just got out of a really intense surgery. But putting that aside, you guys, I have more things to talk to you about PvP. Yes, I know, exciting. There are a couple of changes I made to my team that I need you guys to take note of, because if you want to increase your duel score, you're gonna have to make them as well. So the first things first, let's go ahead and talk about the fact that everybody picks the first same 4 to 3 Shiki in almost every scenario, which is always going to be Kama, Hana, Kaguya, and then Shishio if they're not sure who to take next. So knowing that, let's go ahead and talk about Shishio as somebody that I've used quite a lot. Now, when I first used him, I didn't know what stats kind of soul set would be best on him, but after talking to some of the top players, I actually realized I was very wrong on what to do. And yeah, this set makes a huge difference. You guys, Tree Nymph is insane. You want at least Tree Nymph on one of your Shiki on your team. It makes a huge difference, and if you want to be competitive in PvP, you need to add it on somebody. Specifically speaking, when it comes to Shishio, mid-maxing his stats are important. Now I'm talking about what kind of stat distribution do you want on your character. You're gonna want effect res, probably around 80 effect res is enough. You're gonna want 30% effect hit if you can, and then you want anything above 240 speed. Now that is hard to achieve. I'm not even there myself, but I'm working on it, and we will get there eventually. As much as I would love for this to be a 2-set bonus with effect res or even effect hit, I don't have the souls with enough speed, and I want to prioritize speed before effect hit, but not before effect res. Moving on, let's talk about some of the other Shiki that you see in almost every single fight. Starting off with Kamatachi. Now, Kamatachi comes in 2 soul sets. You can either use a Fortune Cat soul set, or you can use a max speed soul set. Now, my max speed soul set hasn't been worked on much, meaning that my speed isn't that great. Because my speed isn't that high, and there are people out there who have 270 speed already on their Kama, I tend to not enjoy using it. I don't want to work on having a max speed set. I know it's strong. I know it's going to be an important part of the game, but I just don't want to do it. There are just cooler things to work on. Plus, I love when Fortune Cat procs on Cammy, and I love to use his skills more than once. So basically what I've been doing is I've been using this set, and the reason why I love it so much is there's also an effect res Fortune Cat with plus 11 speed on his slot 4. Meaning that I have a pretty solid Fortune Cat set. I would love to get all these others higher as well, but it's not exactly the easiest thing to work on. Those are your 2 options when it comes to Kama. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there know that. It is very possible. So for example, I reached top 12. I ended the week as 12 with only 2. I think I had PvP a total of 6 hours this week, or sorry, past week. And not once did I use max speed Kama, meaning that you don't necessarily need to use max speed. You can very much so get by just fine by using a Fortune Cat with less of a speed. Effect res is very nice on him because there is a lot of CC floating around these days. Let's make our way over to Komatsu. Now Komatsu I've spoken to you guys about multiple times, and I can't tell you how much I use this little guy. Guy? Girl? I'm not sure. They don't really have feet. Let's just go ahead. She or he has like animal hands, but a human face. Animal hands and feet. Usually it's like maybe like half animal, half human. This is just all kinds of mixed up. I don't know who can say what's going on with the rest of her body. But the reason why I love Komatsu and Shishio so much is because it's so nice to use them when playing against a blind team. Meaning that when you're playing against people you don't know what they're going to take, the safest bet for me, the highest win rate I've had, is with this team right here, team number 3. It is absolutely beautiful to see and working. literally wears and tears your enemy down regardless of what team they take. Now of course there are teams that can counter it just like any team out there, but it's a very solid, well-rounded team to use. So if you guys remember previously, I was using AU instead of Kaguya, but that's changed drastically. She's just too good to set aside. Her defense bonus, her soul, the fact that she gives you effect res as a passive is just too much. Now I do have her on Soul Edge and it's been working wonderfully, but just to recap real fast, the biggest change I've made is working on my Shisho, and it has made a huge difference. You guys, I am not kidding. It's made such a big difference on my team. And you guys, if you want to be competitive, definitely check it out. Vaxaro, I think that's how I say his name, has probably the best Shisho on global, or at least the best that I've seen. His stats are literally perfect. I'm not sure what his secret is or who he paid to get those perfect souls, but he's doing something right. Well everyone, thank you for joining me for today's video. A big goodbye from me and Sandra. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, have a great day and I'll see you in game. Sandra, say hi to everyone. Hey guys. Hey guys, my name is Sandra. Thank you for viewing the video.
Complicated.